Okay, go with me here. Imagine if you came across like a journal or even a day planner that belonged to your grandmother. The glimpse into her life would become a cherished keepsake, right? The seemingly mundane daily details would offer you a snippet of her true story. So now ask yourself, who will treasure your story? Well, today we're challenging you to take charge to document your own story in a simple and unique way. It's a project called Week in the Life. Storyteller and educator Allie Edwards joins me to share how a little intention can create a lasting legacy. Welcome to Studio 5, Allie. Thanks for being here.
Thanks so much for having me. I really appreciate the invitation.
Ooh,
excited to talk about it.
I love this concept so much. In fact, anytime I meet someone, my grandmother passed away, I think, at a young age, right? Early 60s. And when I meet someone who knew her then, who knew her in my life situation now, I am like hungry to ask for those daily details, right? Or what do you remember about her? Or what was she? You just want to be right in tandem with these people. And in fact, you call this project special and even a bit sacred. Why do you feel that way?
I'm like, did I say that? This project for me, so essentially what I do is I pick 1 week each year, and I've been doing this since 2005 now. So this is my 20th year doing this project, where for a 7-day period, I am capturing those little details. And when I look back at these projects, they do feel kind of sacred, but they're also fun, and they're also really an opportunity to just capture the season that you are in. Our lives change so fast. We're always, you talking about being hungry for the stories from the past. That's one of the ways that I approach it, is thinking about, what do I wish that I knew about my mom when she was, my age 30 when I first started doing this. What do I wish I knew about her that really informs the choices that I make in the project?
Yes, and I didn't mean to weigh us down too much, but you're right. There is a lot of fun tucked in those pages as well.
Yeah, no, and I think magic also. I always think it feels magical when you can look back and you can see, what did life look like when my kids were little? What were those basic things? What were we eating at that time? What did the mess look like?
Right.
There's magic in it.
Yes, absolutely. And you're a true full-time memory keeper, but should every woman pick up this project, in your opinion? Something like this anyway?
I absolutely think so. I feel like, this is definitely, like you said, this is kind of a way that I live my life, as I am a documenter, and I love telling the stories of what's happening in our lives. But I think for anyone, any person to pick up a project like this and to intentionally set aside some time where you are honoring and documenting the rhythms and routines of your daily life. There's a lot for us to learn through the process of doing that, I think.
So describe exactly what you do and how you do it. As I say, there's lots of different ways you could do this: day in the life, week in the life, but the point is those everyday details kind of brought to a colorful story. What does it look like for you?
So what it usually looks like for me is I pick 1 week. So this year I'm going to do it starting on Monday, June 2nd. And I usually have some specific, I call them lenses, that I use for the documenting. So specific things I might want to write down each year. But mainly what I'm doing over the course of those 7 days is I am taking photos and I'm writing things down. And I am looking for the basic stuff. I am looking for, what time do I get up? I'm looking for, what is my morning routine look like right now? For me, my kids, this is the first year where all of my kids are driving, and I'm not having to drive anyone anywhere anymore. So my life looks a lot different even than it did last year. So those are the kinds of things that I'm aware of and I'm looking for when I'm documenting what's a little bit different than last year. Also a lot about gratitude. I spend a lot of time looking at these everyday basic things and looking for ways to be thankful for the things that I have in my own life.
Can you think of a moment, a picture, a snapshot that you have documented as part of this project, just one, that as you look back on it, you thought, that is going to mean more than I thought it did in the moment that I took the photo?
Sure. Actually, well, this is one that's a little more serious, I would say. So I have taken many, many photos of myself over the years, because the way that I approach all of my documenting projects is that I'm the main character in this particular story, and my family members are supporting characters. But one year, I actually took a photo of myself in the shower where it's just a photo of my hands over my face. And it was actually during a really hard chapter in my life. And I'm someone that advocates for documenting both the hard times and the easy times. But it is a photo that when I see this picture of myself with my hands over my eyes, I'm immediately taken back to that time. And now that was a long time ago, and I've learned so much about myself over the years through just documenting the different stories. Like, that is a picture that feels really important to me, that showcases growth in my own life.
I love it. I love it. I love the concept, and I love the way you inspire women to storytell, and as you say, make them a character in the documenting they do. You have something to make it easier for us. It's a kit and a class that will teach us this way.
Yes, we have, I actually have tons and tons. I have every year, the past 20 years are all my blog too. You can go and see all of that. The kit that we offer is basically a opportunity to have a home for your project. So after you've taken all these photos, after you've written things down over the course of the week, I want you to have something tangible at the end. So some people might do a photo book. We have a kit of supplies, an album that's available for you. The other thing that we have that could be really easy for people is a journal. And the journal has specific prompts to document each day of the week. It has a timeline. It has a bunch of ING words like watching, eating, listening. So easy places where you could just write things down on there. And it has a space for gratitudes too.
I love it. I love it. Where can we see these?
It's all at AllieEdwards.com. That's where you can find all the blog and all the shop, all the fun stuff. Come learn more about it.
All right, AllieEdwards.com. Allie Edwards herself. Thank you so much for lending your heart to us today on Studio 5.
Yeah, thanks, Brooke.